Stay informed with Weather Center all day today and every day.
In the next half hour, Weather Center AM, a comprehensive national forecast. At 40 after, Weather Center AM continues with highway and air travel conditions. Then the weekend outlook. And at 50 after, Storm Watch. But right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Heavy rains last night in Southern California give way to more rain today. A look at how much to expect, when and where, coming up in a few minutes. Good morning, everyone. I'm Bruce Edwards, and welcome to this edition of Weather Center.
And I'm Cheryl Lemke. Thanks for joining us. Now, it's certainly going to be a very snowy Saturday from Pennsylvania northward up through Maine due to an Alberta clipper that's crossing the area. And as we take a look at what's happening throughout the Northeast, we'll be seeing certainly some very snowy, wintry conditions. The snows that we had yesterday around the Great Lakes area are now pressing their way across the Northeast. And we have widespread snow coverage from Pennsylvania and New York State, and now some of that moisture, too, starting to converge over Maine. So what a wintry picture being painted. And we have had bursts of locally heavy snows. Snowing pretty good right now around the Hudson Valley. Around Glens Falls and Albany, we've had reports of moderate snow. More snow coming in very close to New York City. And at this time, some snow for Caldwell, New Jersey. Moderate snow, in fact. We see more of that moisture sliding right over towards New England. Still for the New York City area itself, we have right now cold rain that's coming down because we have light to moderate rain for JFK and LaGuardia, but just outside of New York City, around Newark, a rain-snow mix. And again, moderate snow to report for Caldwell, New Jersey, and moderate to light snow as we head over towards Poughkeepsie, and more snow northward across the Hudson Valley. So pretty wintry scenario. Now, keep in mind that for those of you in New York City, we'll probably see a little snowfall too before the morning is over. No accumulations are likely, but come later this afternoon, again turning back over to rain as somewhat milder air continues to stream in from off the Atlantic. And it's all being spawned by a low pressure system, this Alberta clipper that continues to rocket across the area. You have the snow too this morning from the UP of Michigan down towards Detroit, and the snow continues to stream across the northeastern corridor. As we were mentioning, though, at least initially, you'll probably see a little snowfall around the Big Apple on into Hartford and Boston, but that will eventually turn over to a cold rain, and then all the precipitation will taper off and end by later this afternoon and tonight. But the snows will be accumulating to some fairly substantial amounts, we think, across interior sections, especially from the eastern lakes, upstate New York, and over through around Caribou, Maine. Some locales easily picking up close to 6 inches of snow. So if you're going to be out and about, watch out for some slippery highways and byways. The good news, though, ski resorts will certainly be benefiting by some fresh powder. Into the southeast, high pressure keeping it high and dry, but the back side of this high pressure is scooping up moisture around the Gulf of Mexico. And so with ample moisture feeding in, we have seen some showers flaring up this morning. Heading off to the shopping malls, grab the umbrellas. The rain right now from Corpus Christi up through Houston. We've had some rain too around the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, and more rain too streaming in across Lake Charles. So some very slippery conditions for those of you traveling in Texas and Louisiana. And now with the weather elsewhere around the country, here's Bruce.
Thank you, Cheryl. Well, it is a bit of a wet weekend across parts of Southern California as the rain comes on the heels of some intense thunderstorms last night. Now, those storms produced a funnel cloud and a tornado touchdown, as well as water spouts all throughout the area. We take a look at the satellite picture right now, and again, as you notice, we do have a couple of disturbed areas, one over the extreme northwest, but that's heading up into British Columbia. And the one of most concern is this low pressure area right down here, Southern California. That's what spawned the severe weather yesterday. It's what's bringing some rain and some snow into Southern California and into Arizona at the present time. Nothing extremely heavy reported so far, although we have reports of about 6 to 8 inches of snow in some of the Southern California mountains right now as you get around Lancaster, California, as opposed to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, California, there's some rain there. Down towards Thermal and Blythe, there's some showery weather here, and you get up towards Page, Arizona. Now up in the mountains around Flagstaff, we're talking about some snowfall, and snow levels around the Mogollon Rim are going to be about 6,000 feet today. And as that low swirls about, it'll be a bit unsettled. We could also see a few strong storms popping up in southern Arizona later today. So if you're heading to Tucson, that's right, the LPGA Tour is in town. Well, bring some wet weather gear. There could be some showers, a lot of wind, and possibly some strong storms later this afternoon and this evening. We take a look at the radar right now, and again, as you can see, here's mostly rain showers. Until you get up into the higher elevation, you got some snow, and it's swirling about into the hills of Southern California and back in towards the Coachella Valley. Some showery weather here, all rotating around the upper low in that counterclockwise fashion at about 20 miles per hour. The numbers, they're not too bad, a little cooler than you've gotten used to the last few days. 61 in Phoenix, 54 in LA right now, and even in the interior mountains, not too bad. But we do have some cold air here in the northern plain states. Single digits and teens descending south. 24 Chicagoland right now. 31 in the best location in the nation, Cleveland, Ohio. It's all coming behind this clipper. Strong winds and some cold air once again will infiltrate the region. So you're not out of winter weather just yet. And now with more about your Saturday, let's check your forecast out with Cheryl.
Well, if you're going to be checking out some of the Indian ruins across the southwest, there's a very good chance that you'll be encountering some rain today, maybe even a few thunderstorms here and there. Snow showers, though, relegated for the higher elevations. Snow levels down to about 6,000 or 7,000 feet across the southwest. And we do have snow advisories out for the mountains of Arizona. Meanwhile, a winter storm watch in effect across parts of New Mexico. Meanwhile, across the Great Lakes, still more snow likely, but eventually, at least for the western lakes, the snows will be tapering off. From Beantown through Hartford on into New York City, starting off probably a little snow, maybe some cold rain, turning over to pure rain later this afternoon, and then that eventually...
Stay informed with Weather Center.